Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So over the past months or so, I've been getting a few emails and a few messages and comments on the channel where some of you have been asking my opinion on certain things and a time scale and how bad things are gonna get and how soon things are gonna change, things like that. And it is pretty clear to me, guys, that it is not applicable to the current conflict because, to be fair, asking a question, well, how bad things can get, well, we're all aware of that. If things are escalating, things can get pretty bad. So as I understand, the question is literally coming about of other general things that are currently happening and other current things that we're currently discussing on the channel with what is happening to us as a nation and, in fact, as people. So just to let you know, this is just my opinion. I do not have a crystal ball, okay? Like everybody else, guys, I find my sources, I read the information, I do my research when it comes to certain tactics or certain things that are currently happening in the food industry, and then I make my educated choices, and then I act upon that, okay? It is not my opinion, as I said, that my opinion is just my opinion only. Many of you might disagree with that kind of thing, but if you ask, here it comes. So first of all, okay, let's just come back to the year 2020, or let's in fact prior to the year 2020, where things were somewhat normal. The Agenda 2030 has existed for many years, and for majority of you guys who follow the channel probably totally understand what the agenda is all about. We're now looking back after the 2020, the whole turmoil of a couple of years of things that have been happening, and actually just step back from that now, okay, and compare, which I'm sure many of us done. I've done this numerous amount of times, comparing the life prior to 2020 and the life post 2020. Things have changed a lot, hell of a lot, and it's not just based around that one event. Genuinely, guys, you're probably aware a lot of businesses got closed down. It affected a lot of people mentally. If not a lot of people, actually affected everybody. We changed the whole event, a whole few years of what's been happening. It changed us as people. It oppressed us, it depressed us, and it made us very miserable. If you also at the same time think now, even the economy, have a look at the taxes, have a look at the future plans for taxes. We've been taxed literally time and time again. We eat poison food. We breathe poison air. It is happening all around us. If you think the country is falling to its knees, we are miserable. I've done this video separately by saying that people just changed. We're changed people. We're no longer happy because there's not a lot out there to be happy about. If you follow the agendas, guys, if you follow my channel, we're really passionate. We're talking about the farming things and the quality of the food. If you comprehend to the whole extent is all being ruined, it is a pretty big deal. So when you ask, how soon are things going to happen or how bad could things get, there are so many aspects of what it is currently happening to ourselves, or in fact, what they're doing to ourselves. As I mentioned, say with the food, okay, you're all aware, guys, of the farming process, the poison food, the poison milk now. In terms, there's going to be the poison meat, and again, we cover this on a different video. Things that are going to be happening, or things have been happening, they're happening very gradually. And my point is that people might think, well, if you're just suddenly going to wake up and the world's going to be a different place, it is not how it's happening. Just look back even over the past year or year and a half, or in fact, even the past 6 months. Things are done strategically and things are done slowly. Okay, things will be changing for the next few years. I think Agenda 2030, okay, is literally 5-6 years away. We will be seeing a lot of changing, like we do already. The only trouble is people think, well, we could be changing things, or what could we change? Trouble is, because the many people not aware of the agenda or don't want to know the agenda or think it's a big conspiracy theory, they just go through their life sleepwalking. And until the point, if more than half of the population are still asleep and just get on with their daily life, things are not going to change. And I totally understand, okay? Again, I said this time and time before, ignorance is bliss, okay? And quite sometimes I'm quite partial to thinking, do you know what? If I haven't spent time researching or understanding or following what it is currently happening in the world, I'll probably have I get a decent night's sleep. But unfortunately, once you're kind of there, once you know, you can't unknow. So the only thing I can think in is we are as individual people, like again, guys, when we're talking to Mark, we're pushing those certain things, is trying to make a small changes, okay? And I'm focusing this based on the food and the air. Again, this is a big part, okay? Again, we're talking to my other half. We were talking about we don't really recall ourselves being so ill, physically ill a lot, like with the colds and flus and things like this. If you look back, say 10 years, so think about it. What's changed? The food that we're eating has changed. Clearly, a lot of things happened from, there has changed. A lot of things are changing that we're not even aware about. But I dare you, please, just think about a few years back and think, how often have you been ill? And I've seen this many people talking about this and genuinely thinking, do you know what? I've never been so ill, in my entire life. And people say this a lot genuinely anyway, but think about it and you probably find that it's actually truth. So yes, guys, the small changes we can do is just to avoid eating certain things, but the power is in our hands to make some changes. And I know, right, guys, the Agenda 2030 is so close. And I say this one more time. If you're not really familiar with the Agenda 2030, then please have a look. The information is all available as a public domain. It tells you exactly what the government plan is in terms of to achieve to the population or do to the population. And it is all currently in motion. At the same time, a lot of people say, well, to be fair, we cannot prepare what's coming. Chances are, guys, no, we can't, because there'll be some things that probably be out of the way even of comprehending the things that could be happening to us as a nation. So no, we cannot prepare for everything or potentially for what is coming. But do I want to sit at home and twiddle my thumbs? No, because that's not going to achieve anything. I want to be able to have, and I'm sure we all as a preppers, that's why we're preparing, some sort of peace of mind, okay? Because to be fair, there is still teeny weeny bit of glint of hope there, okay? That things might not get so bad. That things be, maybe they will do something that's, you will owe nothing and you'll be happy. We can enjoy our life for a change rather than sitting at home all depressed in the miserable weather, taxed to the eyeball. So it just teeny weeny bit, maybe is a possibility that things will happen. So do I want to be sitting at home miserable right now? No. Okay, all I want to do, I want to prepare to my best abilities. And for 1 second, guys, there is a lot of people that will tell you it is no point preparing because, yes, what is coming, you can't foresee, you can't prepare. Well, do you know what? Do the best as you can, okay? My motto on the channel was always that prepping is a way of life. It's not something that we just do for the sake of doing. You lead your life, you're trying to enjoy your life as much as possible, but at the same time, try to just prepare the best as you can. Because in between all those little things that are happening, there will be little SHTFs or little things that are happening that for you having your little preps behind you might just save the day. So there we are, guys. Hopefully that kind of answer the question, if you wish, in terms of the timescales. Timescales is agenda, okay? It's 5-6 years, but many things can happen in between. So best we can do, guys, is just to head high and just do and prepare the best we can. So there we are, guys, right? Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget thumbs up, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.